Well, good morning fish people, I'm Nosh from Fish on TV. It is Tuesday the 19th of October and it's getting into winter time. And as you've probably seen, it was dark this morning. It's absolutely slinging it down. You are joining me at the fantastic Lindholme Lakes. We are on Benny's Lake. It's been fishing well. It's pretty mild, but it's slinging it down. Absolutely slinging it down. Not sure what to expect. There's a boatload of us today. There's 24 of us today. 2 extras that turned up I didn't know about. Late one last night, so we've ended up with 24. Bit of messing about. I'm late. Normally I'm on the bank for 8:30 at the latest. It's 10 to 9 getting things sorted. Couldn't do the draw. I did it in back of my van. Completely forgot there's a marquee round back. We could have done it under there and it would have been a bit of a laugh in there. So we're going to get drenched again because it's been raining the last 3 times I've been, so I'll be drying all my gear out again. Tactics today, they were catching a few shallow, but apparently from what I've read it sounds like they've been, it's just typical, it's either caster, maggot or pellets. I've not gone down the caster line. It's an expensive do for me, that. So I'm not bothered with caster. It's going to be 4mm pellet and maggots. I'll have ground bait on a method feeder as well, and maybe I don't know what lines. That'd be a short line, a longer line, a shallow line, something like that. That's the tactics I'm going to go down. I'll be trying maggot and 4mm pellet, shallow and 4mm on the deck. I'm pretty sure they'll still be taking 4mm pellets if they're feeding like they have been doing, but we'll see. It's easy enough to change an up length and just put a hook length on for maggot on the deck. So I'll set off a 4mm pellet. I've always done alright here with that. It's fairly mild. Funny time of year. God knows what we're going to catch today. We shall see. Apparently they're over 200 odd pounds of fish caught on Sunday by the regulars that fish the opens. Know these lakes inside out. We don't know them inside out, so I don't know. I think a nice weight today. It could be anything from a tough day, 60-70 pound. It could be 200 pound. We shall see what we get today. Looking forward to it. Not looking forward because you can't drive to your peg. I'm going to be drenched before I get there. It's going to be horrible setting up. Not looking forward to that bit, but once we get fishing, we're away. So see you in an hour or so. I'm going to start it at 10 today. Gives me an hour to get ready when I get big time I get to my peg. Right, over and out. See you soon. Completely forgot to tell you I've drawn peg 23. That's not far away from where I was last time when I won it. I was on peg 19. It fished tough that day. Peg 19, so 20, 21. I'm not sure if I'm on the end of the spit or just off it. I'm not sure. So don't think I've fished that peg before. I'll have a look when I get there, so I'll tell you then. Not sure about the footage, by the way, with it raining like this. Don't know. I'll try and get some if I can. It's supposed to be raining all day. I might have to put the camera in the brolly, so it won't be fantastic, but I'll do my best. Over and out. Right folks, I'm here on peg 23. It's towards the end of the spit. I'm very late getting ready. I'm about 20 minutes late, me. What I've done, I've just chucked a little maggot feeder out while I have a quick chat. No rush, I know you folks say get fishing, it's match, but it's only a club match. And I like to explain exactly what's going off and see if I can get a few things right. And if you think I've done a few things wrong, you can always have your opinions. That's what it's all about. So let's have a look at the peg. Well, that's the end of the spit. We're coming round. This is my peg. I've just basically chucked into a bowl over there. Just a little flick with a maggot feeder, just while I have a little chat. I've plumbed up for straight in front of me, top 2 and 2. I'm going to have 3 lines. I've got another line there to my right, just here, and then another line here. And what I'm on about doing is alternating each line. And one of them, I'll probably put quite a few pellets or maggots down and see if I can get them to come shallow. That's pretty much what the game's going to be. See if I can get them to come shallow. Now, I've not decided which margin to go down. They're both fairly level margins, one to my right, one to my left. It'd be easier to throw to my right to get them accurate because the wind's blowing that way, so I'll probably go slightly to that and just chuck a little method feeder down there. That can work. I do like the look of this margin down here. It does look nice, but I just know that this area is usually the best area, so I'm like, do I go to that margin or do I go to that margin? They're both very similar. this margin straight in front of me dropped right off, and I know that because I went swimming out there one day to get my mate's pole when a fish took it in. So I know how this one drops off. These are quite level to the right. So I'm going to get back in, get on the deck. I've one line that I might try and get shallow and see how we go from there. I've not seen anybody catching a great deal of fish. Like I say, conditions are a little bit different to what they were this weekend. So, right, over and out, let me get fishing. Right then, folks. I've had a good, decent size after these. Even though I was really late getting going, I'm fishing on the deck. I've had a nice steady run of fish. The wind blowing everything all over. It's been dreadful. Sorry, I've got to apologise for the brolly, but it don't have been slinging it down. It's just stopped now. It feels like it's going to start again. Just been fishing on the deck. I keep feeding a line out there with maggots, which I'm hoping I might get shallow. But I've got a feeling, with the way things are going, excuse me, I might start getting them shallow on this pellet line. On the top 2 and 2, because now and again I've had it where they've been taking it just before it's settled. So I've been tapping a few pellets in. If I've not had a bite, I've thrown a few pellets around it and it's promoted a bite. And in my first hour I've had 14 pounds. I've seen people catching, but not as quick as what I've been catching them. I've lost 2 or 3. Again, F1s you can do. I think one was foul hooked, or it was a decent sized one. So I've been tapping them in there. I've been putting about a dozen pellets in. They seem to be wanting a bit of snap. Then it's settled like that. As my float's on an angle at the minute like that, now and again, like there, I had a take there, so I've got a feeling they could be shallow, these fish. So I think I'm about due to just give it a go on one of my shallow rigs. I've got a jigger rig set up to a pellet shallow rig and a maggot shallow rig. But I have been getting them on the deck, and they're nice positive bites as well. Not your usual little finicky ones, have been fairly positive. And as you just maybe saw out there, there's 1 or 2 fish knocking about. Ooh, that was a delicate bite. I'm saying not delicate bites, and that was a delicate one. I'll just see if I can get another one. Typical, isn't it? That I've told you there've been positive bites. I've been lifting up first bite and then getting a fish, and now I've just missed 2. But I'll see if I'll take that one shallow again. And this wind, when it blows, I mean, it looks like it's changing direction again now. And it blows to go wherever they want. Again, not settled, so I think I'm definitely due to try shallow. Again, that's definitely not hit the deck. It's probably taking about 8 seconds for it to settle. But I've got a feeling I'm going to get these shallow. Same old thing, you get a few of them bites, so it's as if they get used to, they get wary, because these last couple of bites have not been as positive as all the others. I keep hearing a bit of splashing knocking about. With the brolly being up, I can't keep my eye on everybody, but these anglers here, I've not seen them catch too many. 1 or 2, seen Jeff get 1 or 2. There we go. Now that was a delicate little bite. I've only got a very small bit of the tip showing. And I'm sure if you had it stuck up half an inch, you won't be striking at those. But one of the F1s I've had's about £4 as well. Just wait till them ducks go past and then I'll refeed. I'm just feeding 4 mils. As you can see, we don't want that, look. Crikey, I thought we'd gone past. Definitely got to wait till the ducks go past, and landing them's a bit of a pain. I've got to come over this side because my brolly's in the way. And I think I'm going to take it down if it doesn't start raining, because it is a pain landing the fish. They're putting a decent scrap up as well. All I've got today is 4mm pellets and maggots, that's it. I've got ground bait and a few micros for the method a bit later. You can pick a few bigger fish up on method as well. And I'll have double dead red on, we'll get away from the net, I'll have double dead reds on that. A little yellow wafter or a 4mm pellet generally works okay here. It's only the second time I've drawn this area. We've only fished bennies about 4 or 5 times, so I don't know it inside out. But it's just F1 fishing. It's certainly fishing better than last week. The bites seem a lot more positive. He won't get his head up, crikey. I gave him some right jip there as well. I have to wait while he comes across here again. See if I can get his head up now, yeah. I know you can't see with this brolly being in the way, but you know, they're good 2.5 pound F1s then. And they are cold. And they do seem to be wanting to feed. As you can see, nice F1s. Let's just keep them coming steady away. And I've not had to change lines yet, so I'll just put a few more pellets out there. I'm not very far out either, so I'll be careful how hard I throw them. But that's all I'm doing at the minute. I'll give it another go on the deck, because I am catching. I don't want to waste time shallow if they're not shallow, but I've got a feeling that they're going to be. Apparently they were catching shallow on Sunday. Yet we couldn't get a bite on the previous Tuesday, shallow at all. Let's have another little go, see if we can do that again. It's a shame, looks like it's going to rain every 2 minutes, but I've got my marker. Tap those in. Hold that one. I'll look for any signs that they're taking it shallow again. So I've just got my float just slightly out of the water. It's probably about halfway down now. Let that settle. And there was no sign there. Delicate little bite. We'll have another look and see if it. So we're chucking it left to right, because it's slightly shallow and goes deeper, so pulling into the deepest part. That hopefully keeps me a tight line. So my float's on an angle. It's about halfway down now. Slowly straightening up. There, took it there. So I definitely think they're about 3 foot down, maybe a little bit more. I've got a rig set up at about 3 foot. Yeah, definitely a little tap there. So I definitely need, and that hadn't settled. So they're definitely off bottom. And again, so I think it's time to have a little go shallow. hard enough that time. That's better. So that's on the bottom now. There we go. Holy, that could have been foul up. That it wasn't very positive. It was a little bit too slow, to be honest with you. So that could have been foul up. That one, it didn't feel right. So let's have another look on its way down. So when you've heard that saying, the fish will tell you what they want. I'm trying to. They're not going to stick a sign up saying we want it shallow, Nosh. You're just looking for signs that they are taking it earlier than when it's settled. Now I'm getting indications on its way down. Not this time though. It's not quite settled yet. On its way down, and then about 20 seconds after it's settled, there we go. That was just about settled. So I definitely think they're following bait. I've got it slow sinking this, and the reason I've got it slow sinking is because I'm been hoping to look for signs like I'm looking for now that they are shallow. So. Put a few more pellets out there. I don't think I put my weight on for the last one, did I? I'm up to about £16. About an hour and 20 minutes in, I think. But I was 25 minutes late, especially after I talked to you. Not worried about that, because it's not just about winning the match. The great match is to find out what's going off, practice a few things, and obviously try and win. Just taking brolly down. I think taking brolly down put them off because I didn't have a bite for about 10 minutes. But I tried shallow. I've got Soz behind me, by the way, shouting at me now. And I never had a touch. What I have done, because I can't hit the bites on the way down, they seem to be like a foot or so off bottom maybe. What I've done, I've bulked a shot and put 2 droppers on, just to see if I can get it down a bit quicker. Let's see if I can get a better response. I won't say I've had a better response, but it still works. So there's plenty of fish down there. I've just got to suss out which is the best way of catching them the quickest. And it's hard to tell what everybody else is doing. I think there's 1 or 2 struggling. I've not heard anybody say, "Ooh, you're going to have £100" or whatever." I've not heard any of that yet. So I've just bulked a few and 3 droppers. I might even bulk it in 2 droppers, get it down even quicker, but I'll just see how this goes. And just keep trying a few different things. On the slow sink, I've noticed the fish were a lot bigger than that one. Whether that's just a coincidence, I don't know. But we'll have another look. We'll just see what happens here, because I have been getting bites. Like I said, taking the brolly down, I think it's definitely, it's like somebody walking behind you, isn't it? That can put them off. So we'll just see what response we get down now. I mean, it's going down, definitely going down a lot quicker now. Yeah, it's still. I had a little slight indication that way down, just before it settled. It seems like at about 4 or 5 foot. I would have, from what I'm reading. There we go, little indication. So I'm happy with that. So it's getting down quicker, which means I'm striking into a fish a bit quicker. So we're doing alright, we just steadied away. Sozza's not happy I'm outside of him because he thinks I give him loads of stick all day. That'll do. I'm catching up pole, Soz. Soz wanting to know what I'm catching on. He tells me bugger all, and now he's wanting to know what I'm catching. He's laughing his socks. He's just taking brolly down. He's copying me because he's seen me take my brolly down, ain't he, Soz? Pole.
I know you're not pole.
Viking's helmet. Viking's helmet. Oh dear. That is a bait we used to use in Ireland. Secret bait, Soz. Viking's helmet. Tell them nout, that's what I say. Tell them nout. Only trouble with stops, they do move. It's a bit of a pain, so we'll just start a bit heavier. There we go. So that's what I'm doing now. Keep changing a few things. Put another couple of pound on there, £24. We've got 4 hours and 5 minutes to go. So I said 150, going off the weights that were caught at the weekend. I mean, they're guys that are in tune with the place, that fish it all the time, week and once a month or whatever. They're catching a couple of £100, or they did do last time. But as you know, when you don't fish it as often, it's like if I was in peg 52, I know exactly. I wouldn't have to. I'd know exactly what I was doing. But this is a different peg. I've had to plumb it up. Peg 52. I've won 2 matches off. Or 3 matches I've won off there actually. I know exactly what I'll be catching on. But here, I'm having to work it out because it's new. I've not fished this area before. All I do know is there's plenty of F1s. The same tactics I used on the last peg didn't work as it did on peg 52. I mean, method feeding it on that ledge into the next peg on peg 52 was unbelievable. Indication just before it settled, and again, so they're just off bottom at the look of it. One more go. Maybe I should have set a slightly heavier rig up to get it down even quicker. Ooh, tiny indication. Right, we'll chuck a few pellets round it. Well, I seem to get a fish once I've done that. Making it hard to hold that float still with this wind. You get a little gust just blowing your pole. Makes it hard to read what's happening on the way down. Tiny little indication. I know you won't be able to see because I haven't got a cameraman to zoom in, but they are tiny little indications. You've got to lift on those because they're F1s. Oh, not quite. I'd rather the pellets go short than long because you don't want to be edging out if you can help it. There we go. Same tiny little indication, and it was an F1. And I'm telling Soz, look at all, look at all. He never tells me anything. Is it going to come up? That's quite solid actually, this. I don't know, it's just been stubborn. A stubborn F1. FishOn. And somebody was asking me what an F1 is and why they call it an F1. I don't actually know why they call it an F1. I just know it's a hybrid Crucian common carp. And they do tend to feed a little bit better than normal carp in winter, and that's why they made them. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Hey, gotcha. Yeah, he's not a bad size, that's why he felt solid. Yeah, he's about £3, so that'll do, it will. Right folks, what I've noticed is happening now with bulking the shot on its way down, if I do get a bite, they're hooking the cells, and I'm thinking it's on the bulk that's helping that. Whereas before I couldn't hit them when it was just all spread out. So I'm getting keep bumping one or two, but again, I'm not worried about that, 'cause that's just what it is with F1s. You can lose a few. But I'm starting to put a few fish in net now. I'm up to £33 now, and I've probably put £10 in net in the last 10 or 15 minutes. So it's going all right. I have told Soz what I'm doing is just change his rig. He didn't believe a word I said. But he'd come over, had a look. He's made the change. He's struggling for bites, his lad. You've got to help him, haven't you? Too soft, Anna. Too soft. But you never know whether it's because I'm just in the right spot. I'm a lot happier here than I was when I was on peg 19. I do think it's a better peg. I've got a lot of room here to myself, so there's no reason why I shouldn't do well. I've not had to come off this line yet because there's definitely plenty of fish there. Lots of indications. I'm dropping the pellets from about a foot. Let's just see if it'll happen again. They are only little indications though, they're not as positive as what they were earlier. Like I say, on its way down like that, when it's been going, they've been on. So they're quite aggressive, so I will have another go. That was a little indication. I will have another go shallow. They're the kind of bites I was getting earlier, sort of 3/4 of the way down, and then the elastic had just come out. Almost did it then. Yeah, it's tricky working how these fish are wanting to feed. I'll lay that over the top of those. We'll see if it does it again. Come on, fishies. They are tricky to catch, these F1s. Especially this time of year. That's just about settled now, it's settled. An indication. Missed it. It's gone finicky. There we go. Quick flick. That's almost like a jigger rig working, isn't it? Because that bait was definitely off bottom when I took that after I lifted into it. Feels quite solid, that. I'll throw a few more pellets down there just to keep them interested. It's going some, is this? He's putting a mighty battle up, mighty. I think this could be a decent F1 unless it's foul looked. Or it's just a young'un really trying its socks off. It's great, isn't it? Trying to work out what they're wanting, how they're wanting it. And again, I've not had to try another line yet because I know there's plenty of fish down there. Just got to work out how to catch them. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Not as big as I thought. The catch rate is really going up now. The last 4 fish I've got within 10 seconds of it settling. One of them actually took it on drop. I'm up to 42 plus this, £44, £43.5. And it's all in the same swim. I keep feeding the others, but I just no need to move swims at the minute. Wow, stay still. He's only just realised he's been caught. A twig. It was a twig that it caught in the water, and as I'm bringing it in, it shoved all my shot up to the top. I thought it was a bit strange. Literally that's gone in, it's settled, it's gone straight under. They seem to be queuing up at the minute. I've not spoke too soon. And Soz have just started catching since I told him not to do. He won't like that, will he? It's going steady away. It's, every time I hook into one, don't panic getting it in, just make sure I get some pellets exactly where I've been fishing. Keep checking these shot, make sure it's all set, because they do move a little bit, especially when you land them. But we're just doing steady away, like I say. I don't know this lake, I mentioned it before, even though I've fished it 5 times maybe, don't know it that well. But whereas I wasn't sure that Peg 19 were a great area, Franny's catching off there I think, or next one up. I think I had did I have £100 or just short of £100 there last time. I get the feeling that this is a better area. That's my feeling, because we're at a more difficult time of year and I'm definitely catching better. So I'm still putting about 10 to a dozen maggots, 10 to a dozen pellets in, holding the float just out of the water, because when they're taking it, since I've put that bulk on, the elastic just pulls out. If they do take it early, but the majority of the bites are coming on the deck. And I don't think I could catch them unless they were feeding mega aggressively, much quicker, shallow. Not this time of year anyway, not with the way today's looking like it's going. That's unbelievable. I normally had a bite by now. It's typical, put camera on, it just doesn't do the same, does it? You don't believe me, folks. I can tell. That had normally gone by now. Just typical, isn't it, when you try and get some footage of what's happening, it just don't happen the same. We'll miss a little bite there. Wind's changed direction, it's blowing that way, it's coming towards me now, so I'm having to adjust the strength of my throw for my pellets. We'll relay that was a little bite, I have to follow those pellets down. Let's see if it'll do it on this point. Right folks, trust me, it was going under all the time. Ooh, thought it was an F1, it might be just a very strong F1, but that's putting a bit of a scrap up now. Started coming in easy and then it went solid. Didn't know any better, I said a pike grabbed it. I don't think it has, I just think it didn't realise it was hooked to start with. Slowed down a bit. I have tried a different line, but I've noticed everybody else is moaning that not getting bites. It's just gone a bit funny. I am still catching, but not as quick as what I was 45 minutes ago. I've just had one about £4, maybe a bit more. And I've noticed I'm having to put a bit more feed in to get a bite as well. Seems to take 2 or 3 lots of bait before I get an indication, so definitely got to give it another go, shallow, and have a look. But I've not been getting many indications on the way down, so I'm not sure. Might be just that time of day. But it seems quiet, the boys seem quiet. I think they expect big things from Benny's, and I think they're all trying pretty hard. Knowing that there's a chance of £200 if you get it right, but I'm not worried about that. It don't matter what anybody else has done, it's what's happening on our day. first put in from when I spoke to you, so in line, 8 pellets in, nice positive vibe. Let's to rest that one just in front of me. So, wait a minute, is he backing up this lad? Is he a big lad or is he just a fit one? Right, folks, I was a bit late with camera and I was just doing something. It's gone round. I've just put the method feeder in and I've just, like I said, had a real nice fish. About £6, £5 or £6 F1. Right, sorry, battery. Right, £5 or £6 F1. That's a big F1. It's one of the biggest I've ever had. That. Just keep feeding maggots down there, which I've been doing all day. I've just got a mixture of ground bait and pellets, micros. Just put it in with a 4mm pellet on. Went round. There we go, first chuck. I've just had another chuck in. I had a big massive liner. I had to lift it. Rod went double, but it was just a big liner. That's what I was saying. There, you can get some real big fish close in. So I'm up to about £60 ish. And I'm getting liners there, so there's definitely fish there. Start throwing 1 or 2 pellets in as well. And that's all that's worked here. There we go. And again. This feels like an F1. And everybody's struggling for bites. And I've tried all 3 different lines. A couple of indications, but nothing solid. So I thought, right, let's have a look on this method feeder line, which I've not touched all day. I've not even put a float or anything over it. That's just your typical F1. I'm not bothered about that. I know you can get bigger ones, but it's F1s that you're going to catch in here mainly. And we're happy with that. Lovely. That come after well, less than a minute, or around about a minute, should I say. And I'll alternate between pellets and maggot on this line. It goes quiet on a pellet. I'll try double dead reds in the band, and I find that works okay. So, and what I find is ideal for it, I do tie all my own hooks, but the Guru size 16 MWG 019 bottom just doesn't seem to make any difference how thick the line is with these F1s in here on the method. I've always said that. And if you do hook into a big one, you've a great chance of getting it in. I think the biggest I've had out of here, about 14.5 using this exact same method. And it's a separate mixing bowl is this. I've got micros in one, ground bait in another, and just a separate mixing bowl. So it's like 2 lots of ground bait, 1 lot of micros, squash it in, and then I'm just plopping it down here. And that's okay. Throw some maggots down there. And it could even turn into a shallow line, that you just never know, do you? A few pellets. I know you're thinking it's quite heavy feeding, but they seem to be wanting a little bit it's not put them off because I've been feeding that fairly heavy most of the day. When I have chucked some in, I've not chucked it in every couple of minutes. It's just when I have fed it, I've fed it fairly heavy. So hopefully there's too many and hopefully I'll get to the bottom. So there we go, folks. So 1 or 2 fish. We'll put another £2 on for that. 63. Let's just hope they keep coming and see if we can hit that ton or more. Like I say, everybody, I mean, I've heard some guys saying they've tried shallow. I've had 1 or 2 shallow, but not many. There we go. Straight round again, so that wasn't in for very long. And this is what can happen on this line. It can be a nice little saving line. I like to think of it as a bit of a banker if you're not bagging shallow or on a tough day. You tend to still always get something. Another £2 F1. Thank you very much. This is my 4 and 4 chucks. So, you know, they're not coming instantly, but there's indications that there's fish there, and then after about 2 minutes it's going round. So handful of maggots, ducks on my marker. Here we go. They can't eat all them in one go, can they? And we'll get this back in, and we'll see if we can get another one, folks. Tell you who's really quiet. Soz is really quiet. I think he's struggling. I've been too busy to have a go at him. You've got to keep him in order, you know. Very quiet indeed. He is very quiet. Jeff, by the way, is in exactly the same peg he was in the last match and the match before, I think. So he must know that peg inside out. He says he does. He says it's crap. Bless him. Hey dear. Mr. Incredible, where's he? He's over there, Mr. Incredible. We've got Andy Gill over there. I've not heard too much from them guys at all. Dave Eccles over there. Ringer loves it on it. Oh, I'm not sure whether that were a bite or not. Normally it just goes, you've got to let it go. Ringer, you can never believe what he's saying. He says he's not got a lot, but he's an F1 man. There we go. That one's on. I knew that one was on. So literally, a minute. Oh, it doesn't feel like a little tiddly F1 either. No, I don't think it is, folks. This could be a carp. I need to have a peg in my way there. I'm going to have to. He's gone behind me. Can you believe that, folks? No, it's a carp, I think, but he's gone right behind me, and there's a great ledge on this next peg, so we're going to try and keep him away from there. Well, folks, he's not wanting to come away. Oh, man, it's ridiculous. This is a big carp as well. I don't know what rules are. Can I go over there? Oh, he's gone right behind me. Horrible ledge down there that he's going to have to try and drag him over. It's like a big concrete slab in water. I don't think I'm going to get this one out, you know. sorry for swearing, folks. We'll have to get him from here. Soz's giving me some jip. I don't know what else to do. I can't get it over that concrete slab that's in water. Right, not sure whether I'm allowed to do that or not, but I certainly won't lose all my gear in that concrete slab. It's just like a big, I don't know if it's an old platform or wherever it is, but it's a big massive slab. And there you go, that's proof that that method down there can work. But we'll see. If there's any controversy, is about £7-8. I'll just knock it off if I have to. Yes. Well, what I'll do, I'll just get Edley to beat that swearing out because Sod's having a right go at me. And it just shot straight behind me. Nothing I could do. Right then, folks. So that's proof that down there we can end up with some big carps. Right, folks, over and out. Well, that would have been ideal if I'd have left camera on, because I literally took it in, put it on rest, it went straight round within seconds. I think it's another F1. I'm keeping feeding that line just in front of me as well. I've been feeding this line to my right quite heavy. And they're putting it right back. I can't get about how much they're fighting today. It's unreal. There we go. Unbelievable scraps these today. I've had another 3 fish in between. I'm trying to get me dinner because I'm bloody starving. And it just keeps going round. It goes round for about 2 minutes. And there you go, look. Evidence of those edges down there with the method. That's like twice the size of the F1s I've been catching. 4 or 5 pounder. That's a cracking F1. Absolutely cracking. Beautiful fish. See if he'll behave. You got to. I mean, look at that. They're belters, them, aren't they? Absolute belting fish. He's got to be. I reckon he's 5 pounding. We'll put 5 on. So we've got £85 on my click. It might be more, it might be less, an hour and a half. Alright folks, we're into the last hour. I'm not sure whether this is foul hooked or not. I can't make my mind up whether it's a big fish or foul hooked. It was an F1 bite, it seemed like. It's not wanting to come in. Gone back onto this short line. It went a bit funny on the method feeder line. I tried shallow there and all I could get was roach on maggot. We're hoping some F1s might have turned, might have taken that, but there's a lot of roach down there. It was like a roach a chuck, which would be brilliant if it was a silvers match. I'm not sure what's happening. I've heard Bob is getting some munters in the margin. And he's bagging. I've just heard him say, I can't see because he's behind me, but he's getting some big uns in the margin. It doesn't take many big uns, does it? I mean, they're 8 to 20 pound in here. So it all depends how big they are. Come on, fish. There are you. Just put a right scrap up, crikey. Took some elastic out, that lad, and he's up properly. That's up 2.5 poundish. Let's have a look. We'll just see for the camera, see if it'll go under. But it's not been going straight under, it's been settling. Throw a few pellets in, and then I've been getting indications. But I have kept throwing drizzling pellets down here. Ever so slight indication there, but it has settled. I think that was a liner. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for the cameras, Mr. Fish. He's obviously a poser. Posing F1. Just wants to come and see you lovely fishy people. Right. Come on. Don't fight like this, just come in nicely. For your Uncle Alan. He's a nice one as well. Not a bad size neither. Oh, I tell you what, that's bigger than the other one, and he's coming a little lot easier. Crazy. Right, and I tell you what, for such a delicate bite, and it's about 1/2 inch into his mouth. I can't believe that. I thought I'd let you see this one. I think this is going to hit the ton. Nice F1. Lovely jubbly. There. Right. And then we'll see you guys at the weigh-in, and we'll see exactly what I've got. There's about 45 minutes to go. It's looking like it's going to lash it down. I think you've got the gist of what I'm doing. If this goes dead on this line, I have another line to the right, another line to the left to try, which I've just tapped pellets in. I've had the odd fish off them, just to keep them coming. I keep feeding that line and with lots of maggots, and I can always go down and have another try on the method if everything fails. I'll just steady away with all these. Right, fish people, I'd best make it sharpish. I don't know what this picture's going to look like because it's dull and it's getting dark, sharpish. so I'll make it quick. Peg 23 is where I've drawn. It was absolutely lashing it down. It's lashed it down yesterday. It wasn't a nice day yesterday. I do know they caught prolific, well, I'm saying prolifically, there were quite a few people caught over 200 pound at the weekend. But that weather, I don't know whether it's affected it. Albeit the guys that are fishing at the weekend, like I said earlier, they will know how to fish this lake. They'll be tuned into it. Fished bennies a few times. I've won a few matches on bennies, but I don't know it like those guys will know it. I'm getting to know it a little bit better. My target was top 2 and 2, just in front of me, round about 6 foot, maybe just short of 6 foot. As you went to the left, it went deeper. The toe ended up turning round and going right to left. It was weird because the bites went strange, and then I noticed my float were moving, so I'm having to do a little bit of switching. Set off with a really slow sinking rig, and after a while I noticed when the float was like that, just about settle, I get a little indication, which I was thinking they were probably a foot off bottom. One or two of the people's mentioned that. Mr. Incredible's mentioned it. We've all tried shallow. I think there's maybe been half a dozen fish caught shallow today. I tried it throughout the day, and only thing I could get shallow was roach on maggot. I never had an indication on the pellet whatsoever. Whether casters would have done the trick or not, I didn't want to go down the caster line. It's quite expensive. I didn't want to end up buying 4 or 5 pints of casters and it not working. I just didn't want to do that, so we've gone down the pellet line. I kept swapping lines. I actually set up top 2 and 2, and then I had a 2 o'clock and a 10 o'clock, the same depth. Put a piece of tape on so I knew exactly where it was, so I didn't have to have multiple rigs for it. And when it went quiet in front, I'd nick a few fish right, nick a few fish left, and it worked okay. When it went really funny, rested it onto the bomb, onto the method feeder to my right hand margin, and I had some bigger fish. And that's been my match, really. Dead simple. Just keep your eye on what's happening, make a change when I thought I needed it, and I wouldn't say it's been prolific, but I've had a nice day's fishing. That's what it's all about. So let's get on to the results. There's one of the guys we're catching on bomb and pellet all day, and he's caught some lumps. So let's get on to the results. Oh, he's not wrote it down for me, so I'm going to have to read it straight off here. Right, your first section with 77 pound from Peg 54 was Simon Hudson, 77 pounds 8. Sorry. So what a mighty fisherman, Simon, you are. Well done, son. Your second section was Bob Huntington. I told you, he's always there. 81 pounds 6 from Peg 48. So well done, Bob. What a mighty fisherman you are. And your third section was my old mate Jeff. Not in the best of areas. He's drawn that peg 4 times. He says, if I draw it again, I'm going home. But he's won his section with £39.4. Well done, Jeff. What a mighty fisherman you are. And your fourth section with £46 from Peg 4, Mr. Incredible. Well done, Steve. Nice result. So we're on to your top 3. After I told him how I was catching, wants me to give him a special mention as always. Swearing a little bit. The lovely, horrible bloke himself ended up catching an hard pellet in the end with £86 from Peg 26. So well done, Soz. What a mighty fisherman you are. In second place from Peg 60, it's fish bomb and pellet all day and had £86.12. So that's Jim Holmes. So well done, Jim. What a mighty fisherman you are. Well done, son. And in first place, I had a few more fish at the end. From Peg 23 with £136.12. It's yours truly. So I am this week's, oh boys, mightiest fisherman. And I absolutely hammered Soz again. Get in, it don't get any sweeter, does it? So that's it from me. I haven't booked anywhere for next week, so I hope you've enjoyed today's video at Lindholme Lakes on Benny's Lake. It's been tricky for some. In fact, I think it's been tricky all round, to be fair. It's not been prolific, but everybody's had a fair few bites. So I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it the same. So that's it. Not sure where we're going next week. It'll be somewhere where we can hopefully park this cars behind our peg. that's it, folks. So don't forget, it's absolutely free to subscribe. If you click the subscribe button and click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them. And a thumbs up. Come on, monkey. A thumbs up would be very, very nice. So until next week, take care, folks, and don't forget, fish on, guys, and see you very soon.